जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यशोदा यमुना तीर वनचारी, यमुना तीर वनचारी, यमुना तीर वनचारी, यमुना तीर वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यशोदा यमुना तीर वनचारी, यमुना तीर वनचारी, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, जय राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद श्री राधे, जय राधा जय निताय सचिनंदन गौर हरि, जय निताय सचिनंदन गौर हरि, जय निताय सचिनंदन गौर हरि, जय जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर, हरि बोल नित्य गौर, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर, हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Everyone can sing together. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. 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 So today we are reading from chapter 2, text 14. So I'll just say and please repeat. Matra, matra, sparshas, sparshas, tu, kaunteya, kaunteya, shitoshna, shitoshna, sukha dukkhada, sukha dukkhada, Agama,
Agama,
Apaino,
Apaino,
Anityas,
Anityas,
Tams,
Tams,
Titikshasva,
Titikshasva,
Bharata,
Bharata.
Now I'll say one line full and everyone can repeat. Matra sparshastu kaunteya, Matra sparshastu kaunteya, Shitoshna sukha dukkhada,
Shitoshna sukha dukkhada,
Agama paino anityas,
Agama paino anityas,
Tams titikshasva bharata,
Tams titikshasva bharata.
Let's say one more time. Matra sparshastu kaunteya,
Matra sparshastu kaunteya,
Shitoshna sukha dukkhada,
Shitoshna sukha dukkhada,
Agama paino anityas,
Agama paino anityas,
Tams titikshasva bharata,
Tams titikshasva bharata.
We'll just do the synonyms. Matra, can you please repeat?
Matra,
Sensuous.
sensuous,
Sparshaha,
Sparsha,
perception.
perception,
Tu, only.
only,
Kaunteya,
Kaunteya,
O son of Kunti.
O son of Kunti,
Shita,
Shita,
winter.
winter,
Ushna,
Ushna,
summer.
summer,
Sukha,
Sukha,
happiness.
happiness,
Dukkhadaha,
Dukkadaha,
giving pain.
giving pain,
Agama,
Agama,
appearing.
appearing,
Apainaha,
Apaina,
disappearing.
disappearing,
Anityaha,
Anityaha,
non-permanent.
non-permanent,
Tan,
Than,
all of them.
all of them,
Titikshasva,
Titikshasva,
just try to tolerate.
just try to tolerate,
Bharata,
Bharata,
O descendant of the Bharata dynasty.
O descendant of Bharata dynasty,
So translation, maybe you can repeat. O son of Kunti,
O son of Kunti,
the non-permanent appearance
non-permanent appearance
of happiness and distress
of happiness and distress,
and their disappearance
and the disappearance,
in due course
in due course,
are like
are like
the appearance
the appearance
and disappearance
and disappearance
of winter
of winter
and summer seasons.
and summer seasons.
They arise
They arise
from sense perception.
from sense perceptions,
O sign of Bharata.
O shrine of Bharata,
And one must learn
one must learn
to tolerate them
to tolerate them
without being disturbed.
without being disturbed.
Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the proper discharge of duty, one has to learn to tolerate non-permanent appearances and disappearances of happiness and distress. According to Vedic injunction, one has to take his bath in the morning, even during the month of Magha, January, February. It is very cold at that time, but in spite of that, a man who abides by the religious principles does not hesitate to take his bath. Similarly, a woman does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the months of May and June, the hottest part of the summer season. One has to execute his duty in spite of climatic inconveniences. Similarly, to fight is the religious principle of the Kshatriyas. And although one has to fight with some relative or friend, one should not deviate from his prescribed duty. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of religious principles in order to rise up to the platform of knowledge, because by knowledge and devotion only can one liberate himself from the clutches of Maya, illusion. The two different names of address given to Arjuna are also significant. To address him as Kaunteya signifies his great blood relations from his mother's side, and to address him as Bharata signifies his greatness from his father's side. From both sides, he is supposed to have a great heritage. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge of duties. Therefore, he cannot avoid fighting. Om Ajnanaatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So discussing from chapter 2, text 14, Matra Sparshas Kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkada Agama Apayino Anityas Tam Stitikshasva Bharata. So this is a very beautiful verse where Krishna is giving Arjuna. We know the background to the battle of Kurukshetra. In Kurukshetra, the background is that there are Pandavas and Kauravas. So they are cousins. They are related to each other. And it is such a situation that Arjuna has to... the problem that Arjuna had was that on the other side there were his respectable elders like Bhishma and Drona. Bhishma was his grandsire and Dronacharya was actually his teacher. So it is very evident that Arjuna was not wanting to fight, because according to the Vedic traditions, person has to give respect to the elders, and what to speak of fighting when in the Vedic tradition, even when an elder person is not to raise his voice towards the elders, even that is not considered proper. So what to say about this battle where he actually has to wound them or even kill them? So it's a predicament. It's in our culture, like in the Vedic literature, the term is called dharma sankat. So dharma sankat is a situation where the person where both the options that are there are good. Generally the normal sankat is when one is a good option and one is a bad option. So you automatically know that you don't need to take the bad option. In this case, Krishna actually mentions in Bhagavad-Gita why he descends. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So this is a very famous verse that most of us Indians know, and this is what was the purpose of the Kurukshetra war. So that's why it's called Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. So in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra asks Sanjaya. The first verse in Bhagavad Gita is Dhritarashtra asking Sanjaya, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsava Mamaka Pandavascheva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. So this was Dhritarashtra asking Sanjaya that what is happening on the Dharma Kshetra. So that is the most important thing here. It is the battlefield where the religion has to supersede. So the irreligious people had taken control of the world and they were creating atrocities everywhere. So Duryodhana was kind of prime example of that, and so because of that there was a necessity to bring back religion, and the universal aspect was more important than the family aspect. So that's where Arjuna actually Krishna actually convinced Arjuna. That's the way Krishna convinced that. So in terms of family, if he was thinking about just the family, then it was not right to kill his own like Bhishma, his grandsire or his teacher. But when it comes to the universal aspect of actually reducing the atrocities in the universe, he had to take that action. Even though Bhishma and Drona were on the other side, and they were on the other side because they had their own responsibilities. So because they were allegiant to the king at the time, they were working for the king, so they had to show their allegiance. Even though Drona and Bhishma are really pure souls, so they actually wanted, if they were not under the like working for the king, they would have actually taken the part of Arjuna. They would have actually gone to Arjuna's side. So this particular verse, Krishna is told lots of different ways to convince Arjuna, because Arjuna was in a great predicament that how will I do this? So this is one of the verses where he's saying that he will actually, so it would be the most difficult thing for Arjuna to do, that he's so close to Bhishma. So how would he kill him? So here Krishna is saying that when we are doing our religious duties, there would be times uh, when we don't feel like doing it. So religious duty is actually in a family also there is religious duty. So for example, the Srila Prabhupada gives here the example of a lady cooking during the month of the June, the summer months. Yeah. So what is so the lady is actually doing so in our Indian tradition we have so this is what our Indian tradition is teaching, the Vedic tradition. It's actually better to say Vedic tradition because Veda means knowledge, and knowledge does not belong to a particular country. The big problem now is that we kind of identify with our body. The moment we take birth, we identify with our body. And this is what, whenever we identify with the body, we are not on the spiritual platform. We are on the material platform. So there is a very beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke swadhi kalatradhishu bhaumya ijyadi yat tirtha buddhi salilena kareche janeshu abhigneshu sa eva gokhara. So it's a very beautiful verse. It says that Yasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke. So Atma buddhi is one who is thinking about himself through his intelligence. Yeah. So someone is saying that kunape tridhatuke. So this what I am is made up of three different dhatus, kapha, pitta and vayu. In Ayurveda it is said that the body is made up of three main ingredients, kapha, pitta and vayu. Kapha, so fire, air and mucus basically. So one who thinks that I am this body, yeah, yasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke swadhi kalatradhishu. And one who thinks that everything I am related to is mine. Attachment, the strong attachment. Swadhi kalatradhishu. Swadhi is through the mind, through the intelligence, one is thinking that Kalatra means wife and everything else. So it's attachment. The attachment is the biggest problem. So we can love each other, but the pure love is such that it is not attached. It gives the permission to the lover to go anywhere. No, that's the pure love. Attachment causes bondage. So swadhi kalatradhishu bhaumya ijyadi. This is a very beautiful point. Bhaumya ijyadi. So one who thinks that my land is worshipable. So what happens is we take birth as in India and then we say that I am Indian. And then we become so fanatized with that idea that we don't want anyone else to come to our country. So we are creating this barrier because of our body. Next birth, what body I'm going to get, I don't know. So this attachment is really dangerous. That's what bhaumya ijyadi. So this thinking that I am from this country and this country is worshipable. That is the Shastra is saying that is again binding us to the body. Bhaumya ijyadi yat tirtha buddhi salile na kareche janeshu abhigneshu. So the third point that is saying is one who is going to all these holy places of pilgrimage, but he is only taking bath in the holy rivers, not associating with the saintly persons there. So this is the third point that is mentioned in that. So the actual point of going to all the pilgrimages is to associate with the saintly people, get knowledge from the saintly people, get the spiritual knowledge. So one who is going, yat tirtha buddhi. Tirtha is going to the pilgrimages. Salile na karhichich. Salile na karhichich. So he is going to the pilgrimages to take bath in the holy rivers. Na karhichich janeshu abhigneshu. But not associating with the saintly people over there. Sa eva gokhara. So Shastra is very strong. Shastra is saying that such type of person is like gokhara. Go is cow and khara is donkey. So it's so strong. So why? Because only in the human form of life, this intelligence is given where we can disassociate ourselves with the attachment. Otherwise, in all the other form of life, that intelligence is not there. So that's the reason the human beings are using the intelligence to develop technologically. So the technologically, how is it that we are so strong technologically? We can fly anywhere. We can go to moon. We can go to Mars. What is the reason? Because the intelligence has been given, and there is nothing wrong in increasing the technological advances, but at the same time, one has to understand the real nature as well. And this is what Vedas are trying to tell us. The Bhagavad-Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, all is trying to tell us that we are eternally existing. So, na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuya ajo nityam shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. So, अच्छेद्योह्यम अद्दाह्योह्यम अक्लेद्यो अशोष्येवच nitya sarvagata sthanur achaloyam sanatana. So Krishna gives so many examples in Bhagavad Gita that to give the real understanding. The real understanding is that we are eternally existing. The body changes. So Krishna actually gives in Bhagavad Gita this. There is this beautiful verse. Dehi nosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantaram prapti dhiras tatra na muhyati. So what Krishna is saying that because there is a proprietor of the body within the body changes. The change in the body is taking place because of that. Because there is dehi. Dehi no asmin yatha dehe. So within the body, there is the proprietor of the body. There is the energy within the body because of which the changes are taking place in the body. Kaumaram yauvanam jara. So kaumaram is when a person is in the boyhood. So kaumaram is boyhood or the youthhood. No, yauvanam is youthhood. Kaumaram is boyhood. Yauvanam is youthhood and jara is old age. So all these progressions are taking place because there is this living spark within us. Tatha dehantaram prapti. So Krishna is saying that similarly the body has to given up. So just like actually if we look at it practically, if we look at our photo from when we were born, we are so different when we are born. Then when we grow up and then we are now, and then when we grow old, say 20 years from now, we'll be so different. So the body is constantly changing. So similarly, Krishna says that there will come a point where the body will have to be given up. So tatha dehantaram prapti dhiras tatra na muhyati. So one who's a sober person does not get bewildered by these things. So this is the most important thing. So spirituality actually starts when we understand this. And this understanding can take place. Nama sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamo dukkha shamanam tam namami harim param. So this, what happens? Like Atma Ramascha Muneya Nigrantapi Urukrame Kurvanti Ahetukim Bhaktim Itham Bhuta Guno Hari. So there is this beautiful verse. Like for example, Shukadeva Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a personality called Shukadeva Goswami. He was born liberated. So he did not wear anything because he was so liberated. He did not. He had no. So he was going naked, and he was such a liberated person. But he got attracted to hearing the holy names of Krishna. So this is even though he was not attached to anything else, he got attracted to hearing the holy names of Krishna. So this is this process of nama sankirtanam. So sarva papa pranashanam. So what happens is when we are engaged, sanketya parihasam va stobam helanam eva va vaikuntha nama grahanam asheshaga haram vidu. It is said that if someone sanketya, if say these devotees are there, they're chanting Hare Krishna on the Dublin streets. Yeah, on Saturdays they go and chant the Hare Krishna on Dublin streets, and then some people who don't know about Vedic literature and all, they would just say, hey, they would just point to him. Hey, here he is going, Sanketya. He's just indicating. He's getting some kind of piousness. He's becoming more pious just by indicating. He's not even understanding what is happening. Sanketya parihasam. Parihasam is joking. Hey, Hare Krishna, he's going like that. So joking, he's just joking, just drunk and joking. Still that person will get some kind of benefit. Pious Agnyata Sukriti it is called. Sukriti is some pious deeds. Agnyata is without knowing. Without knowing he is getting piousness within. So Sanketya parihasam va sthobam helanam eva va vaikuntha nama grahanam asheshaga haram vidhu. It says in the Srimad Bhagavatam that unlimited sins are counteracted. Even unknowingly when a person chants the holy name of the Lord. Unknowingly or jokingly. So this is the power. It's therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually says in his Shikshashtakam, Namnamakari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarnena Kala Etadrashi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaivam Idrisham Ihajani Nanuraga. So what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying is, oh Lord, you have so many names. Namnamakari Bahudha, unlimited names you have. Nija Sarva Shakti. And in each of those names, there is unlimited power. So first of all, there are unlimited names, and each name has got unlimited power. These are Sarva Shaktis. Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarnena Kala. And at the same time, there is no hard and fast rule to utter those names, to say the holy name. Niyamita Smarnena Kala. At any time, at any place, at any circumstance, a person can say the holy names of the Lord. Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarnena Kala Etadrashi Tava Kripa Bhagwan. Oh Lord, you are so compassionate that you have given such a great mercy on us. Mamapi Durdaivam Idrisham Ihajani Nanuraga. I am such a bad person that I have not developed attachment to hear about your holy names. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is kind of approaching from that perspective, that even though he is kind of on the liberated platform, it's actually said, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas actually believe that he is Krishna himself in the mood and form of Srimati Radharani. So that's why it's called Gauranga. So this is one of the things. So coming back to this verse, how do we get into that state where we are not too much kind of when a lot of things are happening which are not which we don't like, how do we kind of bear them? So this is where Krishna is saying that this happens. The material world, Krishna actually says, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Krishna says, Mamupetya Punarjanmam Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam Napnuvanti Mahatmana Samsiddhim Paramam Gata. That this material world is actually an abode of misery, he says, Dukkhalayam. And Ashashvatam, it is temporary. It is temporary. We all know it is temporary because the body doesn't live forever. At a certain point, the body has to be given up, and so that makes it temporary. Absolutely temporary, it makes it. And Dukkhalayam is because Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. So once we take birth, immediately there will be a time when we will die. So and then in between there is Janma Mrityu, Jara and Vyadhi. So there is Jara is old age and Vyadhi is diseases. So no one can escape from that. So that's why Krishna is saying that Tam Sthitsikshasva Bharata. Try and not be disturbed. Try and learn to tolerate them. And once we so how do we learn to tolerate them? When we kind of know that this external body and mind is just an external instrument. We are not really the instrument. Like what is happening is we are driving the car and we suddenly start thinking that we are the car, but we are not the car. Car is an instrument. So similarly, it's the same thing here. The body and mind is like an instrument, and the driver is inside, and the driver is eternal, and that driver we are. We are the kind of driver of our body and mind, and by understanding that, we can be tolerant. We can be as tolerant as we can. So thank you very much for listening. Hare Krishna. And if there is any comments or questions, we can have them. It's always good to discuss, rather than being it one way. If it is multi-dimensional, it becomes even more interesting. Comments or questions, anything? Shraddha, you have anything? No. You know everything, isn't it? Okay, Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.
Jai.
Please do this, stop this.